What's up, everybody, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Life Behind the Grind in Hollywood. Today we are here at medieval times. That's right, jousting, kings, queens, pompers, jokers, peasants, the whole nine. But today we'll be meeting my good friend Lou Klein, an amazing creative entity. That's right, he's done props, directed, produced, wrote, finance. He has done it all. But you know what? I don't want to talk about everything he's done. I'm going to let him tell you everything he's done. And then we're going to see what he's been up to. You stay tuned.
Perhaps it is wise if Master Qui-Gon Jinn completes your training. Is that all right?
I will miss my master, but I trust your wisdom. Okay, master.
You will see, young one. He is a very wise Jedi, and will teach you quite well. Come, let's go home.
Patience, my brother. The Sith Masters are sending heralds more frequently. Our time is here.
Luckily, you chose to commit seppuku. And ironically, that is what saved your life.
I can't be alive. I died. I died. That means I must...
Karyokusugi, one of the bloodsuckers. But only partially, though. Lucky for us, we didn't lose you completely.
What about my husband, Yoshi?
Yoshi? Hey.
Welcome back, everybody, to Life Behind the Grind in Hollywood. I hope you enjoyed all the clips that you got to see, all the visual stimulations. But that's right, I'm sitting here actually with the family, friend, and my brother Lou Klein. You all know what it is. Today we're going to talk about whatever Lou wants to talk about. So let's get to it. So my first question to you is, I'm happy to see you, brother. Like,
very happy to see you, man. It's been too long. It's been a minute.
Like, and you know, a minute in our time is like too damn long. But we're here at medieval times, so kind of give us a little feel, like, explain to the audience, like, what is medieval times? Like, what are they actually looking at?
Well, Medieval Times is probably, to me, the best show this side of Vegas. It's ideally one of the best dinner tournament shows you can have. You know, it's all about the jousting, the knights, and they're not stuntmen, dude. You would believe that they're not stuntmen like Waterworld and stuff at Universal. Right. These cats are like squired for 2 years. They go through a training program. They come in as young men, wow. 18 years of age. They got to go through 2 years of like training with the horses, tacking the horses, get the horses ready for the tournament, cleaning up the arena after tournament. And if they survive that training, they go into like a night training. And if they survive that, then they get to the tournament. Each man in that arena has earned his armor. So it's really cool.
Now you hear that? Now that is their grind. Can you imagine that if you had to do that on a daily basis? So that's pretty much probably what happened in real medieval times. They had to do all that before they could even become knights or any level of putting on the armor. So so this is what you've been doing all this time. This is what you've been hiding at.
Man, I've been here like for about 5 years now. I came down here after I got divorced, and I was gonna do a movie with Jenny Trejo here in the OC, but for some reason, me and the director, I like being honest with the people that I work with, and I tell you what it is, I tell you what it's gonna be about, I tell you what you're gonna get, I tell you how it's gonna roll, I tell you, you know, anything that's about that, what you need to feel comfortable doing the film with me, as my brother will tell you. You know, as you know, it's like I lay it all on the table. These are the cards there, you know, hidden agendas. But when I get someone who's got like hidden agendas and we're doing casting calls and dude's like, oh yeah, you're gonna be the lead, and all of a sudden the guy walks out, his face is beaming, his chest is puffed up, and he goes, man, I gotta hire that guy. I'm like, wow, like he just said that to me. Like, I wonder what he says when I leave the room.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I pulled out of that project, and the guy was like surprised. He's like, dude, I can't believe this. He wanted me to be the creature, as you know. I like to do creature stuff, and so I pulled out, didn't do the movie, and I'm happy I didn't do it. 3 years in limbo. It's still in limbo.
Wow.
There you go. See, so if you be honest with people, they're gonna treat you right and do good things for you. So I came down here. I found myself stuck in the OC. I was like, you know, I worked for Mother's Market for a little bit, did some stuff for the grocery stores. I tried the simple life, man. But like Van Halen, I found the simple life ain't so simple,
Right.
you know? I mean, I was like, damn, these people got the same problems and I just make less money. I was like, okay, so I'm rolling down the street. I'm coming down Beach Boulevard and I see this sign that says, "We are hiring." I was like, all right. Pulled in with the van, got over here, like put an application. I was like, I want to be a knight to the realm. And I gotta tell you, man, I gained 40 pounds working here. The chicken is awesome. I'm telling you right now, half a chicken, potato, and corn, man. Tastes good. But I came in yoking, man. You know how we used to be like packing. So the guy was like, I was gonna be a knight of the realm. They're like, well, we don't really need knights of the realm right now, but we need a king. And I was like,
Instantly, just the crown.
I was like, I'm down with that. Well, you gotta understand, I was filling in some really, really big shoes.
Right.
The gentleman Lawrence that was here for 30 years. 30 years was king here in this castle for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he passed away a couple years ago, but he was a wonderful, wonderful man. And I remember the first day they walked me into this very room, and he saw me, and he goes, "Wow, it's getting really real, isn't it?" You know, like he knew his retirement was coming up. So he walked up to me and he looked at me and he's checking me out and he goes, "Well, at least you look like a king," you know? And he gave me some of the most sound advice I ever had from anybody in my life. He goes, "These are not your people. They're hard workers and they make it happen." He goes, "You treat them with respect and they'll treat you with respect." And he goes, "And keep your fly shut." I was like, okay. I was like, man, and I you know what? And I've survived, and I say survived because, as you know, any gig at any time can be over.
Done.
It can be done. They can call you in the office and say, "We loved you. Thank you so much. We're good. We'll see you next time if we need you." But I've been loving it here. Loving it here. As you see, the guys coming here, they're like, "Oh, how you doing? Don't want to bug you." They don't bug me. I love these people.
Right.
These people are some of the hardest working people I know. They're like, it's a live dinner show. So, I mean, they make it happen. When those curtains open up, you know, we're riding out full speed on a horse. Full speed on a horse. Right out to the middle of the arena, you know, and it happens every night like clockwork. But backstage, you know what that's like. Right. It's like people getting on armor, doing the stuff they got to do, making the stuff happen.
It's a
show.
It's
a show. It's a show. It's a live show. And I'll tell you what, man, it's probably been one of the greatest training grounds for me as an actor, performer, to step up my game. Like when I go into auditions now, I'm not afraid. You know,
You don't have those butterflies like you used to.
not even remotely afraid, because if I'm in front of 1,100 people a night doing my thing, and just, you know, "My lords, my ladies, welcome to Her Majesty's castle," you know, every night, if I could throw that on just like that, it's like, I go into this audition, I'm just like, okay, what do you need? I'm ready for this. Let's do this. Where's my lines? I'm ready to play. You know, I'm ready to play. That's about it. That's about it. You get to that level where you just want to play. That's it.
And that's what it's always been about. So
Yeah.
5 years of this has been your life.
Yeah.
Outside of this, what has been like your personal grind in order to maintain your creative grind?
Well, that's kind of surprising because, like I said, when I came down here, I was going to do the movie with Danny Trejo. It's been an eye-opening experience because, like in LA, you can just call up, you know, I call people up and, "Hey, I got FX artists, I've got costumers, I've got friends, you know, who are ready to throw it down and say, I like what you're doing, I'm going to be there on Tuesday." You know what I mean? But here in the OC, it's a little different mentality. They're more relaxed, they're more laid back. They like to go to Disneyland.
And things aren't as much of an urgency on the creative
It
side
ain't,
as
man.
it is where we are.
They're like, "Hollywood? Nah." They call that Holly weird, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, okay, so, but it's been interesting because, you know, still doing the writing process and still doing the creative process and writing process, you still kind of like put yourself out there and say, okay, I'm not done yet, you know, and I'm not going to be done. So I've written some short stories. I shot a little piece called Remember Me last year, in fact. It's a 9-minute little short. And ironically, it's about a dad meeting his son for the first time and a son meeting his dad for the first time. And you know me, if you work for Lou Klein on the movies, you're gonna either die, or it ain't gonna happen, or it ain't gonna be a San Fernando ending. I'm sorry, right now.
It's not gonna be.
It's gonna be real. You know what I mean? So yeah, it doesn't go as well as planned. The kid's having a hard time, but strangely, what blew my mind, what let me know that God's got my back, you know, like 1,000%, was the fact that when I gave the script to the gentleman who did the actual lead, he read the script and he goes, you basically wrote about my life. And I said, what? He goes, well, I met my daughter 5 years ago. I never met her before, and I was like, wow. So when I gave the script to the young kid who played the son, he goes, wow, I just met my dad 15, from like, I haven't seen my dad in 15 years. I never met my dad. Like, he just met his dad. And I was like, what are the odds of, like, you give this, and it wasn't like an audition process. Mm-hmm. It was like, hey, would you like to be in this piece? Well, yeah, let me check out the script. Here's the script. Wow, you wrote about my life. Would you like to be in this piece? Yeah, I'll do it for you. Oh, wow, I just met my dad. I'm like, what are the odds? You know what I mean? So
timing is everything.
But it's that, but it's also I guess it's that synchronicity of just knowing that God's got your back, and you know it's gonna happen if you feel it, And so I show up to the park to shoot these two gentlemen, and I told them this straight up, and you know me, I ain't joking. I said, show up in any costume you want to show up. Both men showed up in blue jeans and black jacket.
Wow.
Both guys.
Synchronicity.
Both guys had the same kind of, and I'm telling you, it was an awkward. It was, it was like a, they were kind of, feeling, and I loved it. It was just so much. I was like, there it is. That's the beauty of Hollywood. It's just capturing that reality, that moment, that, and that made me realize, yeah, okay, we can still do this. I still got this blood in me. So now I'm doing a 3-part web series. You know me. Gotta do the old shorts first. Can't do the featurette yet.
Yeah, well, But that just goes to show, I mean, especially to you guys out there, that even in his personal life, he still kept the creative aspect of his life and managed to combine the two. So I thought that was really, really good.
I feel like it's a fish in water, We are blessed to meet wonderful people all through our lives and all through our career. And whenever you say it's done, I don't believe that. I believe it's only done when you're in the ground and it's over, and you can't do anything else. I really believe that if you, as a performer, as an actor, as a writer, as a director, you may have a lull, you may have a season, you may take some time to have a family of your own, but the reality is there's that drive in you. There's a reason why you got up in the morning and went to the gym every day and practiced at Gym Olympica and did the flips and did the stuff at Venice Beach and met Tupac, and all that stuff. And you was like, it wouldn't let you sit down. Some people are the watchers in life. And I love those people because they watch the TV shows. They watch the movies. They pick up the swag from the movies, the t-shirts, the lunch pails. Those are the fans. Those are the ones that I go, I love you people. I mean, and I dare say to you, as a creative entity in this business, don't ever make the fatal mistake of not giving back to a fan, even if it's a couple seconds. I got this dude named Larry at work every night. Oh, Master Rogelio, and he comes up and gives me a hug. I'm like, every 5 years, every night, Master Rogelio. I'm like, well, this dude is like for real, but he's awesome because he means it. It's genuine. It's genuine from the heart. You know what I mean? So how can I deny that? How can anybody, or should never deny that? I think I hear stories of big time actors. Oh, I don't got time. I don't want to be pictured. You know what, man? Those people provide you the life. So might as well give them the 5 seconds. And the reason I say that is because I remember one day I was in downtown Hollywood at an event, and walking out was Danny DeVito, Rio Perlman, and they had their kids, so I didn't want to bug them. And Rhea took the kids and went that way. Danny was with two of the biggest bouncers I'd ever seen in my life. And I walked up to him, and they were like, excuse me. And I'm like, and I was like, and he's like, no. And I was a kid back then, I was 24. He goes, what can I help you with? And I said, Mr. DeVito, I gotta make this quick. Are you ever gonna have a Taxi reunion? Like Taxi, the TV show.
Right, it's a great show.
And he really, you could see him thinking about it. And he goes, not without Andy,
Yeah,
and he shook, and he actually put his hand out to shake my hand. It wasn't like I went like this. He put his hand out first. And I was like, this guy's shaking my hand. This is Danny DeVito. You know, I think 6 years later they did Man in the Moon. And to his credit, every scene in Man in the Moon when they did Taxi, he wasn't in it. He wasn't Louis De Palma. Watch the movie.
Y'all have to watch, you have to go back, go to YouTube, watch Taxi and see who Danny DeVito is. Danny DeVito's about this big. He was the manager of Taxi, and it was such an awesome show. He was such a hard-nosed ass and funny boss.
Right? And yet he had a heart of gold.
Yeah, but in person he was very genuine. So this, I want to go here because me and him also have a lot of history. Lou financed and did every detail of the movie we did called Contracted Vehicle. It was a Star Wars piece. It's amazing. Go to it on YouTube. Check that out.
It's on HD now. I reloaded it.
And it's on HD.
Hello.
But during that time, I mean, how rough was that? Just in your personal life and
you know
the Star Wars life. You were trying to make two things happen, and everything was just like.
As you can be a testament, I had just gotten married. My wife was 6-7 months pregnant, and you know, we had a talk. You know, and it was basically one of those things where my dad had left me an inheritance when he passed, and it was, you know, I said to my ex-wife at the time now, I got to take a shot, and she agreed. She said, you know what? She goes, show me. So I started building the lightsabers. You know, in my when I got the TV rolling, I got the DVD on or the VHS. Just working on the lightsaber prototypes, you know, sculpting the little pieces, put that one to the side, doing the little concept art, doing all the concept art. This is before Shira, by the way. Before Shira, remember? And so
Shira is here in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
I still love that. I still love the fact that we did that. And you were like, oh, dude, that's the best line ever. I was like, oh my God, that is a classic. But, you know, it's like the Lord says, you know, if you plant it, you know, you gotta grow it. So what I did to show everybody was I started building the lightsabers. I did the concept art. I did some storyboards. You know, I did some makeup concepts, you know. And I remember when we did the read for Shira, I had brought the drawings and I sat next to you on the couch. And you were like, dude, you really gonna make this happen? And I was like, that could be you. And you went, I'm in. And I was like, that was it. You know, I remember that, you know. But on top of that, you know, I got a stepson. I got a cranky wife who's got hormonal things because she's pregnant. You know, I loved her because she had my baby, you know, but I mean, it was a daunting challenge. I mean, to balance both, you know. And where I really decided to make the move was, this is family time, okay? And this has got to be creative time. And creative time, let me do my thing. Let me express myself. Let me get into my head. Let me, you know, get that out, you know, because you can't be doing math work and building a lightsaber at the same time. You know, you can't be saying, honey, I'm going to help you with dinner and then try to do concept art, you know. If it's in your head, store it. Like, you know, one of my friends used to tell me, put it in your back pocket. If something hits you, and of course, you know, like we got phones now but back in the day we had a tape recorder. Yeah. Remember those?
Or just a notepad.
Or notepad, you know what I mean? If it's something that hits you, like, damn, gotta write that down real quick, you know, a saying or something, whatever. But then you gotta really differentiate from the creative time to the family time to the personal time to the job. I always tell people nowadays, focus on what's in front of you. Because what's in front of you is what you got to deal with right then and right now. It's like driving a car. You can't be, you know, walking this way while you're driving that way. You know, if you're working with the family, doing something with the family, do that wholeheartedly, put your heart into it. But then have the family understand, this is my creative time. And set it up to where every day or every situation or every possibility, that can still be your creative time. And then you can actually say, okay, you know, after the kids went to bed, love you, Dad. Good night. All hugs and everybody tucked in, you know. Kiss my wife. She go watch her TV shows. Go into the office. Start writing. You know, I had 3 stations on sculpting. I got bored of that. Went to the writing board. Got tired of that. Went to the actual concept board. Started creating, you know. It's like the little stations help me, you know. Chip away at the big tree. It's like you chip away at it until it's done. Because remember, when we started shooting, it was go, go, go,
Yes,
go.
nonstop.
And everything was done. Everything was laid out. Everything was tracked. I mean, everything was just like on the tables. You walked in. I remember the first day you walked in, we put your belt on you. You're like, I was like, I think he likes it.
Yeah, it was great. Because I played the character in the movie, Contract
Awesome
of Evil.
character. Awesome character.
It was so great, and I remember the time that because when we were at a studio. Remember that when you were offering me the Contract of Evil, and I said anytime somebody shakes your hand and offers you a Contract of Evil, think about it.
That's right. Because then you might end up in a makeup chair at 4:30 in the morning, going, you know. But you know, on another note on that, I really respect like what Camps had said. He goes, "Wow, man, you know, for years everybody was kind of like, I don't want to say exploiting you because that's not the right word, but you know, using your body first before your talent. You know what I mean? And I realized your talent was first and foremost. You know what I mean? And that's why we covered you up. We made you like, we immersed you. You know,
Right.
and Kent was like, oh, like, wow, like that was like the real deal. Like he was like, I remember having that gauntlet on you and having the lightsaber and the teeth and the horns. There was nothing, no
There was
different.
no traces of me within that character. All you just saw was the creature.
But the talent came
Talent
forth.
came forth.
You know, your body, your movements, the way you know, operated yourself. It was just great. You know, it was just really great and wonderful to see. And that's kind of like the blessing of doing these kind of projects because you allow yourself to find a new character, a new way of saying, hey, I'm more than just this. I can give you this, I can give you this, and you're gonna get this. You know what I mean? That's the cool thing. That's the blessing.
See, this is awesome. So this is really, really awesome, man. I got to spend time with my brother Lou. We're gonna take a quick little walk. As soon as Lou explains these chairs, what do I sit? So what am I doing?
Well, for 5 years, you were sitting right where I was as king.
Oh, well, see, it just came natural. Just who I am.
You know, and so we had a show here for 5 years. I played King Carlos, and we had my princess Catalina.
And this year?
And yeah, but, you know, hey, I'm cool with my feminine side.
Okay, so then show me this. So
Yeah.
let's go over here. Let's check this out. So what is this?
Well, this is where we have our crowns for our nobles right here. This is what we have. You know, when people guests walk in, each section gets a color. Each section gets like a different color, you know, crown.
Wow.
And they are seated by that crown color. And it's not fixed. They got to cheer for their knight. If they don't cheer for their knight may or may not win. I mean, that's the real deal right there.
Wow.
It's open, it's fair, it's honest, you know, and then that's the way it goes. These are lances. We have two kinds of lances in the show. As you can see right here, we have a break because we have lances that are stiff for the games, so they can actually get the rings. And then we have lances with balsa wood breakaway. But even though they're balsa breakaway, it's still wood. So it still hurts if they don't do it right. So yeah.
Wow.
Guests coming here every day, they flow in through from here, get their crowns right there. They have an option to take a picture with royalty. You can see the sword of power is the Excalibur.
Wow, let's see the Excalibur. If y'all don't know the history about Excalibur, learn it. I'm not going to pull the sword out because I don't think I'm capable of it yet because I'm not free of sin.
You are king.
But this is the Excalibur. Learn about. They actually did a Disney cartoon on this,
Yeah.
right? It was amazing when I was little. Couldn't wait until he pulled that sword out.
I really like the version of the movie Excalibur that was done in the 70s, where it was Uther Pendragon, and he tricked the king into sleeping with his wife.
I remember that.
And then he actually betrayed him. So he was actually ambushed. The king is ambushed! You know, the sword of power! You know, and so he drove it into the stone, so no one but his own blood lineage could take it. And of course, Arthur was his son. Yeah, so that's the story of Arthur. I like him.
So anyway, glad you guys could join me at Life Behind the Grind in Hollywood with my brother. And we'll be seeing you on the next episode. And shout outs go to the wife behind the camera because she's putting in a lot of work. Her arm must be super like muscular by now holding that camera up. And see you next episode.
Stay
Love you.
focused.